It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Time to determine who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Conference Championship is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. Escapes the pocket. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 3 now. Slot man motioned over. From the 37. Has him on the quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here we go.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
11 MT tape.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
2nd and 3. Catch made by Chase Brown. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. It's a gain of 4 there. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
He'll get this one to Brown. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Browns are lined up to punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Fields this clean at the 30. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it'll be Bengals football. They're set up at the 35 now. To throw here on 1st down. It's caught, McLaughlin. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
On 1, ready?
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
11. Stop.
Here's Brown again. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
Back now, pressure on its way. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a short game.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Butker knocks it through. And they come away with some points on that series.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. That's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. From midfield now. Buys time, rolling right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Here we go, set. Set, go.
2nd and 10 now. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 12 there. And that gives the Browns a first. New set of downs for him at the 38. Still sticking with the passing game. Connects with Bateman. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. So we're through one. Ready to go with the second quarter. And it's the Browns with it inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that.
And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns start to fight back with their first points of this game. That one right down the middle. And the Browns cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And he's going to field this in the end zone without a return, so they'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw now. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down.
With the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up. And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Here we go, here we go.
Brown on the inside give. He's got a gain of 6 there. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Keith. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They'll run again with Brown. And this time they get to him early and stick him along the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, so now they face a 4th and 4. The Bengals send out the punting unit. Takes it in at the 21. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. From the gun, it's Ford. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's a gain of 3 for him. And that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Throw reeled in by Njoku.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They'll try and throw it here. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And it's going to be second down.
Let's go.
He'll throw it yet again. He's on the move. Gets this to Bateman. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a second quarter lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Return coming from the 6. Oh, he eats a hit to bring it into that return right near the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Brown. They're driving forward, but won't get beyond the line. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
A give left side to Brown. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Browns in a dime set, 3rd down coming, trying to lock up those passing lanes. Now looking to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
That drop ruins the payoff to a play. They got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Picked up at the 38. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Finds Judy near the sideline. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. New set of downs for him from the 46. Ford straight ahead. Has a lane inside the 35. And he's down all the way to the 30. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
18, right here. Here we go.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Throw caught at the 6. That's a Cleveland touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns drive their lead to 11. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's popped at the end of that one. Painful end to a real solid return there. First and 10 now from the 30.
11, mighty. 11,
Burrow setting to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So they're left facing third and long.
11. Here we go. Stop.
Burrow from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. J.K. Scott on the punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Punt taken at midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. First and 10 from the 41.
Let's go now.
Airing it out to start this drive. Got a man. It's Njoku. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns boat racing them to the halftime locker room. David Njoku, the touchdown. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return.
On 2.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
12. Stop.
Burrow out of the shotgun. That throw finds Jamar Chase. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
11 empty. Stop.
On first down, here's Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver on pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Stop.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. And now the Bengals offense still on the field. We'll see them go for 2. They send the tight end in motion left.
Stop.
To throw again, it's Burrow. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. The 40. Hits the 20. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. So the decision to go for 2 does result in a nice boost, Brock, but Not for the team we were expecting, thanks to an alert play and a lengthy jog downfield from that defender.
Yeah, it took everybody. In order to do that and make that happen, it really was all 11 and then just a superhuman effort. You say jog, I say a sprint to glory.
First and 10 now from the 30. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it's second down. They've got a man in motion. Throwing on second and 10. Escapes the pocket. Completed to Davis. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. From the 44-yard line now, first and 10.
70 range, 70 range. Buffalo 18.
Back now, pressure on its way. He's throwing deep to the left side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. So second down coming up.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Here we go. Panther 11.
They'll throw it again. Fits it through the middle. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
They are throwing it again. Chased out to his right. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Ernest jump. Oh, he loses it on the return. They could get this back. They'll recover, still with it. And forget the field goal, Brock. They reach the end zone to end this first half on a high note. That had to have been just about as far away as possible, Brock, from what that was drawn up to be. But the end result, partner, exactly as they planned. It's a touchdown.
In this case, Kate, it really was about the destination, not about the journey.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A give up the middle to Ford. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with a tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
3rd and long for him here. Rolling left, buying some time. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards. Big play gets him across midfield, sets him up 1st and 10 from the 40. Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
It's complete to Ford. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. They motion the slot man right. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Forced out to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky. Stay tight and force the throw away.
2nd and 10 now. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Here we go, set. Set, go.
To the air, 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll be at midfield here as he gets out of bounds. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the 48. Oh, he put everything he had into that. Brought in inside the 20. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk.
Here we go.
You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They motion the tight end over. From the red zone now. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Stop.
Throwing is Burrow. Finds the in route complete. And that will not be enough for a first down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Fourth down, Burrow. Throw is caught by the back. And he drives this forward to the 6. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Finding Davis. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They left him wide open. It's complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Handoff running left, Ford. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 now. And that throw just too high for him. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And it's third down.
6 yards to go. 70 range.
Throwing from the gun here. Finding Flowers. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short.
And a field goal try coming up shortly from the Browns. First field goal was good. His second look coming off the edge, and it's blocked.
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now, and wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Escapes out to the left. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
All set up now for 1st and 10.
11.
Burrow from the gun. He lets one fly deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big plays, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Gets him on the quick hitter. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
Third and short, it's Burrow. Has a man, it's Brown. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. To throw again, it's Burrow. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Here's a give to Ford. Still going past the 40. Into the red zone. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns keep running away with this. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns grow their lead yet again. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, right, you checked it down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Flushed out of the pocket. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Another one for Ford. And he will score. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns throwing 6 more on the blowout. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Returning it from the 4. Return's looking good so far. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go, here we go.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. A good defensive play breaks that one up. So that brings up 2nd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Second down pass. Intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. This is Ford. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Staying on the ground with Ford. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Now Ford. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns rolling here in a laugher. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. And he's going to take a knee.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back. And this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect the timeout coming any moment now.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap. And a field goal try coming up shortly from the Browns. This from 40 on the right hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Higgins makes the catch. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
So the Browns come away with the win. And they'll raise that Lamar Hunt Trophy high as champions of the AFC.